I saw firsthand the power of the games makers in 2012, and you just wanted to bottle that. When you walked in the streets, you saw people in their uniforms, and their passion and commitment was infectious, and therefore felt that there could be a real legacy there, a volunteering legacy from 2012 that other games hadn't had.
There was such a strongly held belief that the games makers had really made that games.
We did inspire a generation.
But I think what we've done with Join In is shown how that can translate into not just a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but into communities right across the UK all the time. You know, it's not just August in the Olympic Park on Super Saturday, it's Wednesday in Hull, and it works equally well.
An honour and a privilege.
I think what we've got on the agenda now is volunteering is important in sport. It's never been part of any government sport agenda, and it is now. And I think what we've created is the blueprint for sports volunteering.
What Join In has done is build a digital matching service.
It's like a dating service for volunteering, putting clubs and volunteers together. And that might sound very simple, but the clubs are run by volunteers, and they don't have the knowledge, skill and experience to necessarily do that. So that was the great thing about us using, our local heroes to actually put people together.
BT are our founding partner and have helped shape us. We then work very closely with Intersport, who were very focused on the community nature of their sports stores and wanted to engage at community level. And we've done the Sports Personality of the Year with the BBC. We did Fever Pitch with ITV around the World Cup. We have been funded and supported by Cabinet Office and have also worked with Sport England during the time we've been here.
We will deliver as if we're a business. We're a charity, but we're incredibly passionate about it, and you'll get that passion every time you meet our people and in everything we do.
The kind of structures that they had in place to enable us to get in touch with clubs and with volunteers. The website was really, really good, very, very helpful.
So when you go onto that site, you have every opportunity from sort of helping to make the tea at a football team or wash the kit or do their website, right the way through to working at London 2017 and volunteering there. So you have everything from the major events right down to community and grassroots sport.
And we've tried to measure some of the more difficult impacts, like the development of social capital and the building up of trust in communities, and indeed the economic value of volunteering and the contribution that volunteering can play to well-being and mental health. Hugely important issues and topics for society today. How it can help combat loneliness, volunteering, by connecting people in their communities. We can begin to see that volunteering in general, but also the work that Join In's done over the past 5 years or so, has been tremendously helpful.
So volunteering kind of celebrates the totality of sports experience, and in Britain we've just got such a strong heritage, and hopefully the games makers and Join In have taken that to a new stage, a new level.
And I think one of the things I'm most proud of really is the way that we have campaigned and run our campaigns to bring a different tone and a different voice for volunteers, which has made people think about them in a different way.
Like volunteering is experienced a renaissance. I think the value of volunteering has been very much brought out by the work that Join In has done in terms of the economic value that volunteering brings to our country, our societies, our communities. And I do genuinely believe that it's in a period of real recognition with sport, but also with the health and well-being of our nation.
It's not just about what volunteers give, it's about what volunteers get. It's as important as participation. It's just another form of participation.
Some people do it because they feel they're getting so much in life, but they want to give something back. And I think that's a big thing for quite a lot of people. Another is simply, you just want to experience something different.
I think one of the joys of London 2012, Rio, the celebration of fantastic Team GB and the Paralympic team, is the knowledge that every single one of those individuals would not be there were it not for volunteers. And that's happened over many, many years.
Volunteering always amazes me, the contribution that people make.
I'd like to think that those people who volunteer in this country, with or without Join In, feel better about themselves, feel better about their community, and feel better about helping others be happy. And it's a great gift to have, is that something you do makes you happy and makes others happy, and volunteering does that.
When I look back on those stories of individual people whose lives have been changed through their engagement in sports volunteering, then I think that for me is the true legacy of Join In.
And therefore, the work that we've done and the work that we will continue to do, because this isn't the end, I see this as passing the baton over to Sport and Recreation Alliance, who will work with Sport England to help deliver all these great tools that we've done.
From where we're sitting now, we've got to say we're handing on a massive legacy. Legacy is a very fashionable word in sport, but we're handing on a huge legacy, and we're excited to see really how that's built on and what comes next.
And one of the things that we really set out in our bid to take on the assets from Join In was really about a shared vision for the future of sports volunteering. We want it to be growing, we want more people to be doing it, we want it to be representative of society so that everyone feels they can contribute to sports volunteering. We want it to be professional, we want people to feel well looked after and that they're really getting something out of it. And we want it to be accessible. We're working with doit.org, we're also working with Volunteer Kinetic, the organisation Volunteering Matters, and we're working with GLL. And in addition to that, we're working with colleagues who've come from Join In an organisation called Jump. So we really feel that we have a great opportunity, and actually a huge privilege, to be able to take on the work that they've done and build on that work and really think about how we can embed it into sports organisations and the way sport is run and organised across the country.
I'm really pleased that Join In will continue in the future, albeit through a different organisation. And I hope the kind of spirit of Join In will be maintained and nurtured in the same way as we try to maintain the spirit of the Games Makers of London 2012. I hope that the innovation that is needed in sports volunteering is maintained. I hope that more people volunteer, and I hope that volunteers are really well respected, rewarded, valued, and that we can push this message, do innovative research, really creative ways of presenting it, but push the message that were it not for volunteers, sport wouldn't exist in this country. But also, volunteering is a wonderful, wonderful way to experience sport at its best.